Welcome back, Nerd Friends, to episode 61 of the Nerd Chills podcast. With me, as always, is Charlie. Welcome back, Charlie.
Oh, hello.
Oh, she slides into the second chair, leaving the third chair open for Robin Grace.
Yours truly.
Welcome back,
Oh,
Robin.
thanks.
CJ is MIA, so we will catch up with him next week.
Probably streaming or something.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to say streaming. I thought there was a couple other words that could go there, but we went with streaming. So we probably get notifications if he was streaming realistically.
I wouldn't.
But hopefully he's not.
That's fucking ruthless.
So we'll just start off the show like we normally do, and we'll start with Charlie. Charlie, what have you been playing this week?
I got back into Animal Crossing.
Wow.
Because there's new events.
Everything has changed.
Really?
It seems so weird. But yeah, there's like new flower events and bugs and stuff. I don't know, whatever. I'm up to like level 51. The cap is 60. So I got back into that. I changed over my account back to America.
Nice.
So
They can do that?
Yeah, I thought I couldn't, and I did. I was like, I'm going to try it. Fuck it. Because I want to play stuff on my Switch.
Yeah.
And then I realized there's nothing on the eShop. Like, I was looking, I was like,
There's a ton. There's just nothing like worthwhile.
they like don't show very much of it.
There's a
It's
few
crazy.
things that I found on the eShop that it's like they're diamonds in the rough, like a $5 game that actually looks
Yeah.
really fun, but it's like buried under like 100 other titles.
I don't know. I was just like, why did I care so much about this?
It's funny.
Um,
I like how you said that the game or everything has changed. I wish that Nintendo would use this like a tagline, like Nerd Chill says, "The game has changed." One day, fingers crossed.
maybe. Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, I played Animal Crossing. Gosh, what else have I played? Like nothing. Fudge. I'm about to get into the DLC of Horizon.
Cool.
And
Did you finally beat it?
I'm close.
Okay. I know you're just wrapping
Like
everything up
one hundo?
before you
I'm
finish
getting
it out.
all of my trophies. It's because I've like finally gotten almost everything in the game for collectibles. And that's like it. I haven't touched Monster Hunter. Yeah, although I will say, someone told me, because I was telling him how, like, you guys know somebody who, I think CJ or something is, like, level 65, or someone he knows
Right.
is, like, level 65, and this guest was like, yeah, I know someone who's, like, level 150. I was
Wow.
like, what the fuck? There's no level cap, I guess.
What job?
Right.
Money? How do you even?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just, like, thought that was completely nuts that someone could be that high. I was like, what? Where? When do you stop? Like, where do you just draw the line?
I don't know. I think at some point you just got to be like, how many times can I kill the same shit over and over again?
That's my problem with it right now is
Yeah.
like there's objects or things that I want to make and I have to go back and kill stuff that'll take me 2 seconds to kill.
It's
And
kind of cool having stuff on farm that you used to be scared of, but at the same time, it will get repetitive. So I'm getting to the point where it's like, all right, I'm going to wrap up the storyline, get to the end game, and then go from there.
I just unlocked all the high level armor stuff that
Right.
you can do. So I'm like, yes, finally.
Finally, it happened to me. I think I sang that last episode too. Can't remember. So cool. Robin, what have you been playing?
I think just Monster Hunter. I haven't played mobile games in a really long time because my phone doesn't live that long. So
Yeah, your phone dies almost immediately. I think it's a side effect of using it to watch Netflix at work for hours on end.
this may be true.
I think it is true.
Yeah, but I've just played Monster Hunter. Oh, wait, there was another one that I installed or something, or that I purchased. Oh, wait, I covered Sword Art Online
Sword Art
last
Online.
time.
Did you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah,
Have
that's
you
all
played
I've
any
been
more of
playing.
it?
No, because I've been playing Monster Hunter, like the only game I've played.
It's a very addicting game.
It's very addicting, but I just did the mission that unlocks the high level stuff. So
Right on. As for myself, I think I've only played Monster Hunter this past week, aside from Clash Royale, which I kind of consistently play. I get 10 crowns a day, and then when the weekend hits, my clan's like, oh my god, you guys have to get 25 crowns by the end of the day, or we're going to kick you out. And I'm like, I kind of want to just like get 10 and then see if they'll kick me out, because I'm like one of their top performers.
Pretty shitty.
I don't speak like at all in the chat. I just play, and I wind up like on the top charts of like most collected, because on the weekends I can play more.
Yeah.
Plus, you get more stuff the more you contribute to the clan chest. So I'm like, there's no point in not contributing when I want to.
Yeah, I can't believe they promoted you to co-leader.
Yeah, I'm like, sometimes I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how much chaos do I want to just inflict on these fucking people and just start kicking out members for fucking fun? But I'm like, I don't have to do that. Plus, like, when people request cards, you can, like, once every, like, 6 hours or so, ask people, like, hey, do you have any cards you can give me? So you can, like, upgrade your shit. And the more you donate, the higher your level goes quicker. And you get money every time you donate a card. And I have a fuck ton of cards I don't use. I have very, like, specific decks that I do very well with. And so people will request stuff all the time, and I'll just send them as much as I can.
That's cool.
And I can't do that without a clan.
Yeah.
So and they're pretty good. I mean, every now and then one of the leaders gets a bug up his ass where he's like, I have a single iota of power on this online free game on my phone, and I'm going to be a douche about it.
Wow.
So every now and then I'm like, do I want to role play the guy who wants to destroy his life, or do I want to just leave it be? It's been fun. And then Monster Hunter. I think I got to, like, Hunter rating 9 or whatever you measure yourself by.
You are 1 mission or 2 missions away from the high level ranking stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm just, like, kind of taking it easy. And honestly, like, I had a couple nights where I came home and I was like, I am fucking exhausted, so I'm just going to watch you play and then pass out on the couch.
That's how I feel. I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah. So it's been rough. But, so yeah, it's been kind of fun, though. I'm planning something hopefully I can announce in the next week or so. I'm very, very excited about it. So
I'm
we'll
curious.
see. Now. You're a part of it, so
Oh.
I'm sure you'll find out sooner or later again, and you'll be super excited.
Oh, okay.
Our little human Etch-a-Sketch. But as far as that goes, we'll have more announcements when we can. As far as what we've been watching in reverse order, I haven't really been watching a whole lot. We watched some True Blood. We watched Full Metal Alchemist live action.
Oh, yeah, we watched that movie.
Which was pretty good. It makes me want to watch the series, and I had a bunch of people tell me, like, watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and not the other one, because I guess the other one, like, got to a point where it caught up to the manga being released and then just went off on its own and made some shit up.
Agree.
And they're like, it wasn't bad, but it doesn't end well. Meanwhile, Brotherhood is kind of like a remake where they actually follow the manga to the end.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm like, oh, I'd much rather watch that and not waste my time on the other one. And then just some
That's
random
weird.
shit.
There's like a side story. There's like, I don't know.
It would be like if they remade Game of Thrones.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
After G.R.R. Martin finally finishes it. Realistically,
They
it's probably going to die
totally
first.
could do that.
They
That
could.
would be amazing. They're like, this is exactly what he wrote.
They just write in the doctor for an episode who's
People
like,
would watch it.
we're going to have to rewind this to about season 6-ish.
Yeah.
People would watch it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, that's entirely a different podcast, but
Yeah.
it's very different. He released a little teaser chapter for for book 6. And it's Theon captured by Stannis.
What?
Because Stannis is like at the end of book 5, where it's been left off in the books. He's getting buried by the Winter before he attacks Winterfell, and Theon just jumped off the edge with Sansa, which is actually in the books Arya's double. They make up a person that's not actually Arya.
Yeah.
They say it's Arya. Ramsay marries her, and then Theon
She gets raped a bunch.
She gets raped a bunch, and then it's really fucked up too
Jesus.
because Ramsay's treating Theon like his dog.
Spoilers.
And he calls Theon in, and he's like, "Hey, like get her ready for me." And Theon's like, "What the fuck?" And that's like kind of what snaps Theon, where he's like,
How does Theon, of all people, do that?
with the only options he has available left.
All right.
So after that, he's like, "I'm going to get you out of here. I swear to God." And he became Theon instead of Reek after that. So that's what snaps him in the book. But he jumped off the fucking edge, and I think he broke his leg in the book because when he's hung up in the like bonus chapter, like Stannis is like, "You risked your life to save someone who's not even Arya Stark," and he's like beyond pissed that it's not
man.
actually Arya Stark.
That's terrible.
So they're like debating whether or not they're going to pretend like they rescued Arya Stark to rally the North. It's a cool chapter, which never happened in the show. So I'm like, I can't wait for this book to come out, but it's never going to happen.
I think it'd almost be too complicated for the show. Like, I get why they went the direction they went.
Yeah, there's so much stuff they've left out of the show, and like I get why. Like the whole Rance, what's his name? Rance Mater, blah blah blah.
Rance.
The king of the king
No.
beyond the wall.
What's that
is-
guy's name? Rance.
Rance Mainer.
Yeah, I just said that, and that's totally not right.
Me.
It's Mance Raider. Jesus Christ.
We did it backwards.
Right?
Rance Mater.
But he's
I'm
still.
sure I love Jim Raynor. Sorry.
I hate you so much. He's still alive in the books. So they like cast an illusion spell on someone else.
For some
and
reason, I thought you were talking about Jim Raynor. I was like, "There's Stark."
I hate you so much.
There
Yeah.
probably are StarCraft books.
There probably are.
They have a horn that knocks down the wall. Like if you blow it, the wall will collapse. So
What
they
the-
won't.
Why
have
would
to
they
have-
even invent that?
They invented it so that the people that were locked on the other side of the wall had a way to get back if they needed to, because they shouldn't have left the wildlings on the other side. And so they're like, well, I guess we're going to create this thing that'll knock it down if you guys don't let us through the next time this happens. So what Mance Raider, I think that's his
Rainer.
name.
Mance
No,
Raider.
stop it. What he did when he gathered the army is he went and found the horn. And he's like, we can't let them get this because if they get it, they'll knock down the wall. So
Yeah.
it's in the possession of Jon Snow in the Night's Watch, in the books. So I'm like, I need to know what happens because they're going to get past that wall and it's not going to involve a fucking ice dragon.
You know what they should do? They should make a Game of Thrones anime that they can make like 500 episodes and cover everything.
That would be.
I would
I'd
watch
it
that
so
show,
Oh
goddamn
yeah,
quick.
absolutely.
Or even just an animated thing like the Castlevania series, which isn't quite an
Yeah.
anime. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
You don't think the Castlevania series is an anime?
It doesn't seem like an anime. It seems very American.
That doesn't mean it's not. Anime means animation.
Really, to me, it means Japanese animation.
Suck my balls.
Suck my balls. Robin, what have you been watching?
I watched 50 First Dates this
I forgot
weekend.
we watched that.
I
watched
see, like,
it.
a third of that movie.
I love
I watched
that
it
movie.
with her and our friends, and all the friends are from
We're
Hawaii.
from Hawaii, so
And it
everyone's
means so-
laughing so much.
It means so much to them.
I'm sorry, I tapped my mic.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Like seeing them like watch Rob Schneider play like a Hawaiian local is so funny because it's the funniest thing in the world to them because they're like, oh, he's so terrible. But
Yeah.
then at certain parts they're like, that's actually kind of accurate.
Yeah, and like my friend's husband him and his best friend have like names from each other like from that movie, and it's just so funny.
Yeah, so that was a cool experience to watch that movie while watching them. Drew Barrymore looks so weird in that movie because she's like really skinny in that movie, but her head still looks really
That
huge.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You've never noticed that?
No.
Like in that movie, she looks so skinny in every scene, and then when you just like when they just frame her head, I'm like, it looks like she just got
She's got
stung by a bunch
round
of bees.
face.
Yeah, except for in Wayne's World 2 when she plays the secretary that hits on Wayne. She's just like normal in that. So cool. This has
Well,
been
all
the-
right. This
the
is
Drew
the
Barrymore
Drew,
section.
right?
So anyways, you watch 50 First Dates.
Yeah, and I've been watching an anime called like The Furthest Reaches of the Universe or something. It's just about these high school girls that go to Antarctica. So it's really cute.
Did you ever figure out if that's the top or the bottom?
No, I haven't. Do you guys? Do you know?
It's the bottom.
Okay,
There
it's
you
the
go.
bottom of the world.
Awesome.
Yeah, but that's all I've been watching, really.
Charlie, what about you? You're done with the first 48? Was that it?
You know what?
Forensic Files. That's what you finished.
No, I'm not. So Netflix has like 9 seasons of that show. The
Did
show
they
you just
reboot
said.
it? Did they redo the same murders but change the
No.
endings?
So Netflix has 9 seasons of Forensic Files. I just found out that on Amazon Prime now there's like 21. I was like, holy shit. So no, I've just scratched the surface and I will resume watching it. I started watching Unsolved Mysteries instead.
Nice.
And-
I fucking love Unsolved
That
Mysteries.
shit is so weird though. Like at some point, so they do like just any unsolved mystery. First of all, my favorite part is the OG like 80s 90s style disclaimer they have at the beginning that explains that it's not news. I'm like, nobody thought Unsolved Mysteries was the news.
Well, they don't have to
Oh
do
my
that anymore. They're
goodness.
like, you can put whatever bullshit you want on TV, and they're like, this is the news.
That's like if X-Files was like, this isn't the news, you guys. This isn't real. Like,
Oh
I don't know.
my goodness.
I was just like, no. But anyways, at some point I got into this section where they start doing like alien style mysteries. Like
aliens.
there was one family that was like obsessed with this rock they found in a creek that had like carvings on it, and they like had the rock analyzed, and they were like, yeah, this isn't like ancient Indian. Like there's no, we don't think this is like anything.
Some Boy Scouts just carved on
Yeah,
it.
like someone just found it and carved on it, but they were like, no, it's special. Ever since then, we've had like the best luck ever. And they did have crazy luck. But
What is this, Touched by an Angel?
yeah, they were like, it just showed them like almost worshiping this rock. It was really weird. They like go and visit the rock. They were just like convinced that it like spurned all this good luck in their lives. And I was just so confused by it. Like I couldn't get into it.
Unsolved
I
morons.
was like, when does someone get murdered?
That's so funny.
But yeah, so I've been watching Unsolved Mysteries. I watched this genealogy show called Finding Your Roots.
I've heard of that.
It's just like a famous people genealogy show. It's really interesting. So I've been watching that. I watched like 4 seasons of it because I had no life. And then the real thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was I watched this really terrible movie called The Vault on Netflix.
What is it?
So
Is it about a vault?
based on the premise, I had to watch it. It said the description was like, imagine a bank robbery. Everything's planned out, but they didn't plan for the one thing: the vault is haunted.
What?
Oh my god.
No.
And
No.
Tell me it's based on a true story.
James Franco and Taryn Manning are in this movie. Like
believe
real
that.
people. are in
Oh
this
my
movie.
god.
I feel like James Franco, and I say this with all sincerity, is the most overrated actor of an entire generation.
agree.
You're talking
I
about like
hate him.
award-winning James Franco
Yes.
now. Like probably Oscar-winning. I don't know.
He hasn't.
Oscars
He's
are
been
tonight.
nominated. I think he was nominated. No, he got snubbed because the sexual like harassment or whatever
Yeah.
claims came out right after that. I hate him in almost everything I've
Yeah,
ever
no,
seen
I
him
don't-
in.
I
I
don't
think he's
think
a
he's
horrible
great or
actor.
anything.
I think he's
And
amazing.
people think he's so attractive too. I
Oh,
don't
he's
think
hideous.
he's attractive
What
at
about
all.
like 19 that show we watched on Hulu though that he was in? That was a good show, the Stephen King one.
Oh, 11,
He was great in that.
Yeah, that was
He was.
good.
He is either really bad or really good, and
Yeah.
I've seen him in so much that he's really bad. And like, I think he's fucking amazing in Pineapple Express. He fully committed to that role, but you see him in like everything else, and he's just phoning it in. Like, who gives a shit? Like,
Like
it's
Spider-Man?
a fucking paycheck. He's so fucking bad in Spider-Man. It's unbelievable.
He's like a smart dude too. Like
He
he's
is.
written a book.
He's a
I've
weirdo.
read like half of his book. I'm not a fan of his, but I did read like half of his book.
Not a fan of it, but he wrote something.
I mean, I'm not a fan of his, but I did read like half of his book. I don't remember why or how. I think I was waiting in a library for something.
That makes sense.
But yeah, anyway, so
Everyone
this-
gets stuck in libraries nowadays. So.
It's like the vault.
You didn't count that the library was habited.
it was like a really confusing movie. It was like a cool concept, but we still, as even this morning, like me and my boyfriend were still trying to figure it out. We were like, but maybe this is what happened. Like they're like two different groups of ghosts, and like some
What?
of them helped the bank robbers, and
So
I
it
don't
was
know
like a
why.
ghost
Are they
war?
ghosts or are they ghosts? It's hard to tell.
It was just
They're
a
in the
little
corner
confusing.
clanking chains.
I
But yeah, I just found the concept like hilarious.
want to watch it now.
Is it comedy?
No, it's not.
It's drama?
It's a horror movie.
It's
No,
serious
it's
but
as
it's really
fuck.
not that scary. So you probably wouldn't cover your face most of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'd still cover her face.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad.
She does that when James Franco comes on anyway. She's like, ugh, cover my eyes.
But yeah, I like need help solving this unsolved mystery. I need to call Robert Stack.
You do. He needs work too.
Yes.
So he
probably
hasn't
dead.
worked since like basketball.
What?
You
He
don't
was in
remember that?
basketball?
Yeah, he did his unsolved mysteries like announcer guy in the movie Basketball.
Oh.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good.
Okay.
Not written by Matt Stone and Trey Parker. They just starred in it. Everyone confuses that.
Yeah.
Random
okay.
bomb of knowledge.
It's
Take that, people.
important.
Basketball or the vault?
I'll watch basketball. Sorry, it's so
Yeah,
goddamn good.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think that is all that I watched.
Cool. Well, that has been what we've been watching, what we've been playing, and now to move on to everyone's favorite game. Say it with me, people. Stump the Nerds. Insert laugh track. Okay, so we did get an email
That was so
from
sad.
I know from an amazing fan who suggested a game and sent in clues in order, which is so important to do. So I will now read them to Charlie and Robin. So
Sorry, CJ, you're missing out on
you're
points.
missing out on points. No opportunity to get points here.
TJ gets negative 10 points.
Negative 40
Negative
points.
10 points to Gryffindor.
He would
Actually,
not
he
You
be.
think he's a
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor?
He's not a
I think
Gryffindor.
he's a...
He's
I
not
mean,
a
I
Slytherin.
tested into Slytherin, so...
You're conniving though. That makes sense.
Oh,
No.
CJ's not a Slytherin. CJ's
Aren't,
like
all, aren't we all, though?
CJ's like a
Am I
Hufflepuff
right?
He's
or
a
Raven-
Hufflepuff.
He's a Hufflepuff or a
He's a
Ravenclaw.
Hufflepuff.
I'm a Ravenclaw, but I would totally be a Death Eater. Like every time we go to Universal Studios, like I want to wear a robe and fucking draw the Death Eater tattoo on my arm. So people are like, "Oh, you're a Ravenclaw." I'd be like, "I'll fucking kill you and show my tattoo."
Wow.
Are you ready, Freddies?
Ready.
So the clues are in order, and I would like to remind you that in this case, this is a specific game. So naming the franchise will not work.
Oh.
The first clue is Dracula.
Come on. No, I'm...
Is anyone submitting their answer?
I want to say I know what it is, but I feel like this is a trick.
You can always wait for the next clue. Silence is not good for an audio medium.
Sorry. I'm like thinking I feel like I know the series already, but I don't know.
Which specific title it is?
I've sent it in.
You submitted?
Yes.
She submitted it to the group.
Don't look at it.
You are the stupidest person I have ever met. So rather than tell you whether or not that is correct, we're gonna wait until Charlie has submitted hers. You ruin everything. Somehow CJ has played better this week than you, and he's not even here.
It's not that bad. I have submitted my answer.
Okay, so we have 2 answers buzzed in, so if you guys are wrong, no one gets points this week.
Oh, wait, hold on. Just in case I didn't spell that right.
Okay, there. So we'll start out with Robin. Robin submitted to the entire group Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That answer is correct.
Yay!
Charlie submitted, like the way you're supposed to me, the game Samesies, meaning also Castlevania Symphony of
I
the
just
Night.
want you guys to know that I did type in Symphony of the Night before she even
I
chimed
figured
in.
you did. I had a feeling this would be a dead giveaway, but yes, it is correct. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The only trick
right.
could have been that it was... That was a very loud and very painful high five, it appeared. It could have been like Circle of the Moon, or maybe one of the
Lament
later.
of, what is that one called?
Dissonance?
Lord of Shadow.
Yeah, there's a lot of Castlevanias it could have been.
Lord of Shadows.
So I will say, knowing who submitted it probably helped because it is like his favorite game of all
I
time.
believe we did have a conversation, but it was a while ago. It takes, you know what? This is a really good testament of friendship. We paid attention.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did pay attention.
We talked about shit, and
Yeah.
we listened.
Yes.
Yep. So
We're
thank
good
We
you.
friends.
listened to you.
Yes.
Thank you, Chuck, for sending that in to us. We really appreciate it. You guys can send it in to us as well by emailing nerdchills@nerdchills.net. And if you're wondering, just how do I do that? Just pick a game, 5 single-word clues. And just since I'm sure everyone else is wondering what other clues Chuck had, Dracula was number 1. Number 2 was to be Belmont, letting you guys know instantly it was Castlevania. Then Alucard, which is where I figured you would chime in, knowing, obviously, Symphony of the Night. Upside Down was number 4, and Castle was number 5. So, good clues.
Yep.
I had a feeling you guys might jump off the bat, and if he would have gone with Circle of the Moon, you guys would have been dead wrong. So, thank you for the free points, Chuck. Robin is now up to 6 for the year.
Jeez.
Charlie is up to 5, right behind her.
CJ
And
at
CJ
CJ's at 0.
negative 40.
has a big old negative 60 to work his way up from.
Wow.
So there you go. It's been Stump the Nerds. That's just the saddest
You're
thing.
screaming.
She's like, no, I have homework to do. I could be other places.
You don't want to do homework. You'd be playing that weird game downstairs anyways.
10,000.
End of game. Cool. So we'll move on into the big 3, starting out with Microsoft.
CJ, what do you have for us?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Charlie,
Crickets.
I don't know why he's talking like a girl.
Wow.
I'm going to cover Microsoft news for CJ, or as it's become known for the last 4 weeks, the Sea of Thieves news.
See you too.
I think this is actually really cool. Rare has decided to honor 28 players in-game for very hard work that they've done during the alpha and the beta. So if you're playing, and you could have played this weekend, and most likely in a few more weekends, you'll be able to check it out. But they have been putting like wanted posters around the world for like pirates that like roam the seas, but they're putting everyone's gamer tags on there for all the work that they've done.
I wish they'd put like really terrible sounding
know.
crimes though. They're like, you're being honored. It's like, it says rape.
It says I raped
It
someone.
says child molestation.
It's like, well, your name is Boner Patrol 69. They're like, well, yeah.
Like,
So
you should be honored. You're on a wanted poster.
it's pretty cool. They've been placing them in weird spots. Like there's like a letter bag somewhere, and they have like letters with people's names on them. There's like a skeleton in one spot that's holding a list of names, and they tossed a couple on there.
That's cool.
There's like wanted posters in taverns and stuff like that. But it's just a nice way to kind of give back to the community that's been really excited to contribute, and also understanding, especially through the alpha, when you just like clip into the water and you're like fucked. And it's just a cool thing to see them doing, and I'm very appreciative towards it. I'm really, really enjoying the betas and spending a lot of time in there, either single, double, or quadruple. So
You're such a slut.
no, you played with me, so just saying. But yeah, that's like everything for Microsoft news. It's almost strictly Sea of Thieves stuff nowadays. So
That's their
That's
big flagship thing.
That's sad news.
Get it? Flagship?
Pirate.
I didn't even mean to make that joke.
Hopefully it releases
Pirate
well.
flagship.
It's still like streamed super high when the beta's open, so
I don't know. I think it'll definitely get more people to play or to use Game Pass, but I'm not so sure they'll sell that many.
I think they're gonna do okay, but not like they want for a new title. Like for a new installment, I think if they get to 10 million units, they'll shit their pants. But with Game Pass, I think their idea is like get people interested and then take that away after like a month or whatever, so
Yeah.
people will want to go buy it. So hopefully, Sea of Thieves has the content to make people want to play whenever it winds up not being free on Game Pass.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, but if people sign up for Game
It'll be
Pass
like
just to play
Fortnite.
it,
They'll just be like, I'm hooked.
yeah, fingers crossed. But we'll see what happens. So, Charlie, what do we got for Sony news?
Well, both of these are PlayStation Plus related. So first
Well,
off,
snap.
I'm going to give you guys the PlayStation Plus games for the month of March. If you have a PS4 and you are not stuck under a rock, you probably already have these games since it's March 5th-ish.
I have a PS4 and I don't know any of those things.
Wow, okay. Well, it works.
Yeah.
So, PlayStation Plus subscribers in the month of March will be getting Bloodborne and
That's
Ratchet and
cool.
Clank for free.
Is there a new Ratchet and Clank or is it like the old one?
It's the newest one. It's
Oh, okay.
kind of like it's like a reimagining of the first Ratchet and Clank, but with some extra content. It's supposed to be
Nice.
really, really great. But yeah, 2 real games.
Yeah.
For PlayStation users, which I think is super cool.
That's super awesome.
If you are playing on PS3 still, you can get Legend of K and Mighty Number 9. If you're playing on PS Vita, you can get Claire Extended Cut. Don't know what that is. And
JRPG,
Bombing
maybe?
Busters. So yeah, those are the March Plus games. I think that's super cool. I'm not into Bloodborne, but that's like a really great game.
That's
Bloodborne-
already like a $30 game, right? So you're getting...
I mean, it was released at 60. It's probably cheaper now because they sold so many, but I've heard people talk about it being better than Dark Souls, and that's from fans of Dark Souls.
I think it changed Dark Souls as a series because it's the same creators, but everyone will tell you Dark Souls 2 is really slow paced. It's like
Right.
agonizingly slow. And Bloodborne is pretty fast paced, so they changed some of Dark Souls 3 to make it a little bit more faster paced because people really liked that about Bloodborne.
It's funny, too, because, like, Bloodborne made me want to get a PS4 again, and on top of that, like, when...
Go download it for free.
Right? Now I can have it! It's... It's pretty cool because when Podcast Beyond, the PlayStation podcast for IGN, they used to have Greg and Colin host, and they transitioned away from IGN, started their own thing at Kind of Funny. Most people know about that are like fans of the show. And then the 2 people that took over were Brian Altano and Max Scoville is mainly the host. Brian Altano is the co-host.
Sidekick.
Yeah, and they looked at it like, okay, well, these guys will never be Greg and Colin. When will this ever become their thing? And I just kept listening to Beyond because, like, I'm a fan of the show, and I can't imagine not listening to a show, just because, like, they changed the hosts. Like, I didn't quit The Daily Show, and Craig Kilborn quit. Thank fucking God, because Jon Stewart was amazing. So they were trying to do the Greg and Colin thing after they took over the show for a while.
Yeah.
And then at some point, Brian Altano realized, like, just get into the Facebook group for Podcast Beyond and talk to those people. And so that's what he was doing, and he started Bloodborne, and it's not a style of game that he enjoys. And he got to a certain boss that just fucking destroyed him, and he posted on there, like, his experience is like, I'm fucking quitting, I can't stand this shit, I hate this boss, this is stupid. And, like, a bunch of people on the Facebook group told him, like, don't do that, man. Like, that's the point of the game. It's supposed to frustrate you to the point where you want to quit.
Yeah.
That way when you go back and kill it, you'll feel better. So at some point he just, like, snapped. And he was like, fuck it. And he grinded a whole bunch. He got his level way up. He went back to that boss. And he has this amazing story about his experience that he tells on one of the episodes of Beyond. It's like, I went back in there, and I whooped his fucking ass. And then I went to the next boss, and I whooped his fucking ass. And he was, like, so jazzed up about it. And that inspiration came from the community.
Awesome.
And I was like, this just officially became their fucking podcast.
Yeah.
So, like, that every time I hear Bloodborne, I think about that story, Brown Altano, and the fact that I've never played the game. So I'll probably start it and get to that point and be like, yeah, he was stupid. This game fucking sucks, and then quit myself. So
I don't know. I like to think I could try that sort of game, but I'm sure it's I'm sure it's so hard. Like,
It's like Monster Hunter where you grind a bunch except you get murdered a fuck ton more.
if the combat moved faster
and there's
than
like
Monster
no
Hunter,
saves.
There's no saves.
it saves very, very infrequently, and the loading screen I hear is a fucking nightmare because it takes forever to load back up. But if the
That's so shitty.
if the combat is faster than Monster Hunter, I might actually get into it because Monster Hunter has, like, depending on what weapon you're using, extremely slow and non-responsive combat, especially if
Yeah.
you're in the middle of like a fucking combo. It's like if you hit X 3 times,
Insect glaive.
you're just like, oh, I'm fucked. Like if you see a monster coming towards you, you know you can't cancel it, you can't roll out of the way.
Oh, fuck.
You'll be in the middle of the animation of the first attack, and you're just like watching your person
I
about to
love-
get fucking murdered.
I love your like hand gesture that you did, like you're a belly dancer or something.
Right? Shakira. That's the name of my character, so it makes sense.
Well, yeah. Go and play Bloodborne. She can play Ratchet and Clank, and
Yeah.
something for everybody. Next in PlayStation Plus news, if you are a PS3 or PS Vita player, hug your free games tight this month because for the next year they're going to be doing those and then they're going to quit.
Wow.
They're going to stop doing PS3 and Vita games, and I think that's fine.
I was expecting it for the Vita a lot sooner.
I mean, Vita's been dead for
Yeah.
a long
They're going to have to transition away from PS3. They have fucking 75
Been like
million
5
PS4 users.
years.
Like they got what they came out of it. I even had someone ask me today, like, is PlayStation 1 games backwards compatible on PlayStation 4? In fact, it was Chuck, because I told him I never played Symphony of the Night. And he's like, is PS1 backwards compatible on PS4? Because we got to get you to play that. And I was like, it's backwards compatible on Xbox, and we already own it, and Robin already started playing it. So it's like, yeah, they have 75 million people on PS4, so just move forward and give them more free shit on that console.
Well, that is the hitch. They have not said what their plan is. I mean, they have a whole year, so I think that everyone would want and expect to get more value on the PS4 side, but right now they have not said that. I know before we've talked about ways they might change Plus. They've talked about adding free rentals for movies or games on PlayStation Now.
Ooh, movie rentals.
They've talked about a lot of different things, so it'd be cool if they expand the PS4 option in some way, shape, or form, but we'll have to wait and see because all they announced was that they're going to end that stuff, and they haven't announced.
Right.
They hadn't even teased that they might do something for PS4 users.
They're probably just figuring out whether or not they're going to, and if they are, what they would do.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. In a year, you're going to have to give up your PS3, but I don't think it's going to be a big loss.
Right. Everyone will be fine.
Yeah, we'll live. Anyways, what's new in the world of Nintendo?
Nothing.
No, we have a few things.
Okay.
So this is actually pretty funny.
Spoilers.
So I don't know why Blizzard in particular did this, but this week Blizzard tweeted out an image that said "Sweet Dreams," and it's a picture of a Diablo nightlight.
Oh, I want it.
It's really cool. It looks
so
very
cute.
scary, but it's just a nightlight that you can have.
Can we buy it?
I don't know. So go check on Blizzard, but
3D print that
because
shit.
Nintendo fans are such fucking freaks, they saw this, and because the nightlight itself has a switch on it, instantly everyone turned it into, oh, this is them like kind of announcing Diablo is going to be coming to the Nintendo
Oh
Switch.
my gosh.
So like it was speculated so fucking hard, probably on Blizzard's own forums, that they had to release an actual statement, and they contacted Polygon contacted them either way, and Blizzard told everyone like, just cool your fucking jets, okay? But they were like, just chill out. For now.
Really?
They said, we can assure you that we're not that clever. It was meant to be a fun community engagement piece. We have nothing to announce. But like, we have nothing to announce isn't we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Everyone, literally fucking everyone right now is like, every game that comes out on Switch sells better on Switch than any other console.
That's crazy.
No one knows how. It's because like the install base on Switch is lower, but everyone wants to buy every fucking game that gets released for Switch. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it would make sense. That would be a really fucking fun game to play on the go, too.
I think that'd be smart. I mean, a lot of people would be interested, but I wouldn't buy it.
I wouldn't buy it.
But
I've already bought it twice. I'm
I
not buying it a
know.
Yeah, I'm
third
not
time.
buying it.
Yeah.
again.
But someone would. I mean, people buy Elder Scrolls.
People are assholes. They're obviously going to buy it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if Blizzard thinks there's
What?
money to be made and the port isn't that expensive, they're fucking doing it. I'm just saying. So, moving on. This is, I don't know. It's not because I'm a Zelda fan and I dislike Mario, but I didn't realize that March 10th is
You
Mario
dislike
Day.
Mario?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his.
Yeah, he's talked about it a long time. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't play Odyssey. He
Oh.
doesn't care. He, like...
Super Mario World's the last Mario game that I've actually played. I never played Super Mario 64. Everyone's like, oh, this is revolutionary in the 3D platforming.
Did you ever play like Super Mario Sunshine or?
No, none of them. I haven't played a game since Super Mario World on SNES.
Oh, I thought you meant like on the Wii.
No. I played that like in passing because I rented the game or whatever, but yeah, nothing like that. But yeah, so March 10th is Mario Day because MAR10 looks like Mario. And something about it just
That's
annoyed
so
me.
cute. Ooh.
I was like, May the 4th, like, just barely is okay with me, and I fucking love Star Wars.
You don't like May the 4th?
It's like, okay, if you have a lisp and you're a stupid Jedi, May the 4th be with you. Like,
Yeah, and then May the 5th. Or the Return of the 5th.
that makes more sense to me.
Wait, no. Is it
It's Revenge of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th?
Yeah.
And then Return of the 5th.
You just keep saying words to yourself.
All right.
Not near your
God.
microphone for the
Okay.
listeners. But March 10th is going to be Mario Day, so there's going to be a bunch of different stuff that you can get with your coins on My Nintendo. So if you're a big fan of Mario or spending your coins on crappy backgrounds, plus you're going to have 30% off of just about every game.
Crap rounds.
Crap rounds, my bad. But there's a bunch of games you can actually go and save 30 to 40% off of. So
Yeah, I
Super
saw
Paper Mario.
Dr. Luigi.
Ooh, Paper
I was
Mario.
like, that sounds like a bad knockoff.
Right? Super Mario 3D World's 30% off for Wii U. It's like, if none of these are on the Switch, I don't
For
give a
Wii
fuck
U?
anymore. Yeah.
I mean, they basically were like, throw your Wii U in the garbage. It's dead to us. And now they're like, we'll give you discounts on games on it, though.
Right. Some of these are for 3DS.
Next
like,
month, they'll be like, no more eShop on Wii U.
3DS has Paper Mario Sticker Star, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, Mario Kart 7, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, and Dr. Mario Miracle Boner. Or Cure, my bad.
Oh my god.
It's very small print. It's hard to read. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can go ahead and do on Mario Day if you're interested in it. Realistically, the Mario games that I actually like are Mario Party, and I hope we get one announced here soon.
Look, my whole thing is, if you're really going to celebrate Mario Day, then put on a fake mustache, dress like a plumber, jump down pipes. Like, do it for real.
Take a bunch of fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, go pretend to be a doctor, give people pills.
Drive around in a go-kart.
Yeah.
It'll be perfect.
Throw shells.
Alienate your brother
Act like you're better, even though your brother's
Talk
taller
to
than
toads.
you and skinnier.
and mushrooms.
And propose to a chick who doesn't want to marry you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The last piece of Nintendo news we have.
For Mario.
Nintendo is going to be releasing a 5-disc limited edition Breath of the Wild soundtrack. And I
5
love
discs?
I love that that's the headline, and then directly under it, like the sub-headline is, it'll only be available in Japan.
Yeah.
And this box is gorgeous.
When does
I
it
would-
come
Box
out?
is
Maybe
really
we can
pretty.
pick it up while we're in Japan.
That's an excellent question.
It's really pretty.
I didn't even check the release date. April 25th, 2018. So it will be out while we're in Japan, and I will buy that shit.
It says it's going to be around $70.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I probably will never listen to it. I had the soundtrack that came with the limited edition of the game, still in its fucking shrink wrap. But this thing is just really, really pretty. I want it to be in my
7,000
display
yen.
case.
How much?
7,000 yen is like
Yeah.
$65.
Yeah. Why are you guys are going to have to take a lot of yen.
Yeah.
We have to do the exchange rate once we land and see how much of our American money gets
We
just
need
lost.
to exchange it before we leave.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
you should buy yen before
We got to
you
go to
leave.
a foreign exchange.
Jesus. Oh, I don't even want to go anymore. So that's everything for Nintendo news. But moving right along into additional news. This is not exactly video game related, but it's very important to me. I was born in 1985, and I used to think that I wasn't a millennial. But, because they used to tell me growing up, like, you're a Gen Xer.
You just found out.
Yeah, I found out a little while ago. This is the thing, though. People that have lists online, like, this is when the generations start, are mostly totally fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Because they're just making stuff up. The U.S. Census actually defines baby boomers from 1946, babies born from 1946 to 1964. So now there's a research center called the Pew Research Center looking to give actual structure.
Pew.
And it officially defines the generations as the silent generation. I don't know why they're called that.
Because
They're
they-
old and probably dead.
Aw.
But born 1928 to 1945. Baby boomers 1946 to 1964. Gen Xers 65 to 1980, which means my brother just misses it. And millennials born 1981 to 1996.
That's me.
That's us.
That's all of us. And post-millennials, anyone born from 1997 to present. So anyone
Ooh.
up
Tide
to
Pod generation.
21 years old. That would be a
Pod
good
generation.
name. They're called post-millennials. That's the worst fucking name.
Tide
Like
Pod Nation.
Tide Pod Nation. Yeah. So it's like growing up, they acted like my generation was separate from the generation born in the 90s. And all of a sudden, we were all lumped together. And now even my brother born in 81 is lumped together with us. So I'm like, I don't know if I
I
agree.
don't consider your brother a millennial.
He is, though.
I think they should be called Insta Booktubers.
Insta booktubers.
Yes.
I like it. So there you go. Pew, pew, pew. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Well done. Copyright strikes all around for everyone. getting
I'll take
into
it. G.I. Joe's not that popular anymore.
no, that's because Retaliation ruined the whole thing. It was funny,
it
man.
retaliated against the series.
It did, and it also killed like the main character right away. In case you haven't seen that movie, Channing Tatum like eats it like in
I've
5
never
fucking minutes.
seen it. Is
Instantly
he G.I. Joe?
I know Joe is a different guy. He's Channing Tatum. I think he plays Channing Tatum. So he actually died for the movie. It was filmed in real time. It's a documentary.
What?
I hate you.
So moving into entertainment news in the additional news segment, Disney did release the schedule for the next 4 years of Marvel movies.
Yes!
I figured Charlie is just chomping at the bit to find out all the different things that she can go and see.
Tell me more.
There's...
Hey.
Go
I
ahead.
tell you guys about like the old movies, like how I complain all the time about Marvel movies, how there's too many. But I've been listening to You Must Remember This, which is a podcast about like early Hollywood, and they'll always talk about like how they made a series and it caught on, and so that year they made 40 of them.
Like Death Wish 1, 2, 3.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, like I can't think of them, but they're like series. You'd recognize the titles, but it'll be like, yeah, this actress made one of these, and it turned out well. So that year they made 25 of them, and I'm like,
What?
Shut the fuck up!
Get the fuck out of here.
No
So,
way.
Marvel movies aren't that bad, I guess, in comparison.
What actress made 25 of what?
I can't remember. I have to look it up, but they're like old series where like you'd recognize the name. It's like Little Billy was like such a popular series that they made 40 of them that year. I'm like,
man.
what? Yeah,
That's insane.
They would make movies in like a month though. Like it was crazy.
Oh, because they have no like fancy visual effects or anything.
It's much, much different now.
Anywho,
But what's interesting to note is that of
Sorry,
all the superhero movies that are going to be coming out in the next 4 years, it appears that in the year of 2020, there's only going to be one.
What?
One Marvel superhero movie.
What?
good.
I don't know. You keep
Captain
saying
America.
one.
Thin
It
out
doesn't
their
help.
numbers.
So look forward to that. Some other notable things. I mean, there's a fuck ton of stuff on this list.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
One of the things that I find most interesting is Mulan. The live-action Mulan was previously dated for November 2nd, 2018. Has now been moved back to March 27th of 2020.
No.
Yeah, so it's moved quite a fucking bit.
They've realized the Chinese actors don't speak very good English.
English
Spider-Man
is how they pronounce it.
Homecoming will get 2 sequels.
Well, it's really good, and I actually really like Tom Holland, so I'm okay with it. Apparently, they're making a Christopher Robin project too, so not sure if I think that's going to be good. But
Doctor
we'll
Strange
see.
2? I'm just not sure.
Fuck yeah, dude! That movie
I
crushed
love
it at the
Doctor
box
Strange.
office, and I really liked it. I love Cumberbatch. I am a Cumber bitch for
yeah,
life.
He could Cumber bitch me all day.
Wow! Don't stop. Speaking of Marvel news and speaking of dates changing, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War has officially moved forward 1 week
Yeah,
from May
did you-
4th to April 27th. They announced this in the fucking funniest
Did you
way.
see the interaction?
It was on Twitter. They said, on a scale of 1 to infinity, how excited are you to see hashtag Infinity War on May 4th? And Robert Downey Jr. replied to Marvel, any chance I could see it earlier? And they replied, anything for you, Mr. Stark. How's April 27th? And he said, great, with friends? And they replied, you mean these friends? And they showed a clip of all the people
in
running
Infinity
towards
War.
the army.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said, how about the entire world? They said, that's a fantastic idea. And then they dropped a new poster that says Infinity, April 27th.
Yeah.
Why would they move it?
It was
up?
so
Because it comes out April 27th everywhere else but the United States, which is how it's come out for Avengers 1 and 2, which is why
Okay.
spoilers get posted fucking everywhere.
It sucks.
Fuck you, rest of the world, for
Plus-
ruining those for us.
Plus,
Yes,
it's
we are
screwing over
angry.
everyone else that releases their movies, and it gives more space between Infinity War and then the next big superhero movie, so that Infinity War can make as much money in the 2 weeks before the next movie like Han Solo comes out, and then loses money to Han Solo. So if they had released it a week later, they'd only have a week to make money before Han Solo
Before
comes
going up
out.
against Star Wars, which realistically,
So-
I don't think is going to draw as many people away from Infinity War as you'd think. Because I think that movie's going to come out and everyone's going to be like, it's just okay.
It's a smart
Yeah,
move.
I
for
think-
That's the
Marvel.
point, though.
I think Infinity War. It's directed by the Russo brothers, who did Captain America: Winter Soldier, which is my favorite fucking Marvel movie.
Really?
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Say it again?
So I think it's going to be fucking phenomenal. I'm super excited. I'm a DC fanboy, but I think that this is probably going to be my favorite superhero movie of all time.
That's good.
So, yeah, there's that. We got some more additional news that Charlie's going to read. Meow.
Okay. Well, first of all, Battlefield 5
Oh my goodness.
has been rumored. They've talked about that they are going to show us video for it at EA Play, or they're going to announce it at their E3 event, and they're going to have it possibly playable for EA Play. But what we are also seeing is that they are saying that it's going to be set in World War II.
Yep.
Just
and
like Call of Duty was this past year.
Recently announced, and I don't even think it's in the article that we put in, is that it will indeed have loot boxes.
Wow.
So those of you who love them and can't wait to see more of them, good news. Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 2, whatever the fuck they wind up naming it, is on its way, and it's going to be out this year.
I think it makes sense that they do World War II themed.
I do too.
I just think that it sucks that Call of Duty did it, but they'll probably do it better than Call of Duty did.
Honestly, I didn't play Call of Duty World War II, and I feel like if I'm going to compare the two, I kind of have to now. Don't want to, but I must.
Better than the Duty did. I don't know. So I was just hearing myself say it.
Duty did it.
Duty did it. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. We'll see what they're going to do with it. It'll probably be more realistic. The campaign for World War II was pretty bleh, like nothing
Right.
special.
You mean Josh Duhamel didn't rock your socks off?
I mean, not personally. If CJ was here, I'd ask him, but he probably didn't play the campaign anyways.
That's very true.
But yeah, it's interesting. Anyways, the next bit of news I have is about Overwatch. Before I go into this though,
okay.
how did you guys feel about, was it, which character started walking? Zenyatta?
Yeah, Zenyatta started walking.
Yeah.
What?
He doesn't float anymore. We haven't played it
walks
since
now.
the animation changed. But I don't like it, even though I haven't seen it. Just because it's kind of cool because he's a
Why would
monk.
they do it?
I don't
Because
know.
they can.
Right, because they're like,
Probably.
fuck it, we're bored. Let's make him
Yeah.
walk. Make Genji float now. It doesn't really matter, but at the same time, I'm like,
It's
but he's
weird.
so cool because he's sitting in like his Indian style
Yeah,
pose
it's
and he's
so
floating
unique for
everywhere.
him, you know?
It just worked. I don't know why they change it, but it's Blizzard. Maybe it's an April Fool's Day joke and they're going to change it back on April 1st. I cannot wait for April 1st because it's Easter, which is cool. And on top of that, Blizzard always does really fun stuff on April 1st. Pornhub turns into
you think-
Cornhub. It's so much fun. It's a good day.
Do you think
Unlimited
Jesus came
videos
back
of corn.
on an April
It's also
1st?
Easter.
Yeah,
April
that's
1st
true.
is Easter this year.
It's going to be fun.
Jesus came back on in April 1st, and he was just like, April Fool's, friends!
And he's just going to pop up for a day and be like, everything's going to get better. And then at the end of the day, he's like, gotcha, psych. Just takes off.
But anyways, in other Overwatch news, they released a new character. And this is Brigitte,
Yes, Brigitte.
which is Torbjorn.
Trollbjorn is the title.
Torbjorn's daughter.
Torbjorn, his daughter. And apparently she's super fun. It says that she is well-rounded and has a really good skill set.
She's like
and
a
we should play again, you
support tank
guys.
or something, right?
She has
Or
like a
support.
mace, that she carries that can also is like on a like chain, so it has like some reach to it.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it looks really fun. I have
Yeah,
a feeling
she
she's
looks
going to
cool.
come in and be just overpowered as fuck to start out.
She's easy to pick up, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think they're looking for characters that make the game more approachable.
Yeah.
Not that it's not approachable right now with heroes like Soldier 76 and
Well, Moira is like,
Yeah, Moira.
Reaper.
I love Moira.
Well, now if we play, somebody can be Brigitte and someone can be Moira. Because before it was like,
Everyone want to play Moira.
yeah. So we should play again.
Right on.
What do you think, CJ?
Oh, wait.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Moving along with the Blizzard news. It's StarCraft's 20th anniversary. And
Wow.
because of that,
What do we get?
Blizzard's actually giving away free cosmetics for Overwatch, Diablo 3, and StarCraft Remastered, plus more. There's more rewards on the way for Diablo 3, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, and World of Warcraft.
Rob in your face.
Along
I
with
know.
StarCraft 2. I like reading the Blizzard news when Robin's on the show because she's so excited. So
I want to get the skins for Overwatch.
the skin, the battle cruiser pet for Diablo 3 is fucking awesome looking. It's just a giant battle cruiser. It looks super cool.
I want to see it.
A ghost skin for it looks like Kerrigan, not like Nova, but Kerrigan from the original StarCraft before she got turned into the Queen of Blades for the chick that plays the sniper in, I forget her name.
Widowmaker?
Widowmaker, yeah. There's a Kerrigan
Get your shit
skin.
together.
It looks super good. It looks just like her.
Oh my god, the battle cruiser looks so cool. I want it.
StarCraft 20th anniversary gets a new UI skin for StarCraft Remastered.
Right.
There's a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, World of Warcraft between March 31st and April 6th. /salute one of the following StarCraft-themed companion pets, Zergling, Grunty, Mini-Thor, Baneling, or Zeradar, to receive the Salute to StarCraft Feat of Strength.
What? I have that.
They're putting a lot of stuff. I have the mini Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of stuff out there, and I just think Blizzard does fan service better than anyone else. So it's really cool to see. It makes me want to log into all their fucking things
Yeah.
that I play and just do that. So it's I don't know. Blizzard's my favorite company. I was very close to applying for a job there, but realistically, like, we couldn't. I didn't want to do like a 4-hour drive back and forth to do the podcast and all that fun stuff. And
Just fly.
yeah, like, that's not expensive. So maybe sometime in the future they'll have an opening that I can apply for, and then you never know. Maybe they'll be like, hey, no more fucking Nerd Chills. It's a conflict of interest. And I'll be like, no, okay.
Or they'll be like, you can make a new podcast for Blizzard.
Blizzard used to have a podcast called BlizzCast, and they shut it down after like 12 episodes.
Why?
It is some of the most interesting shit you'll ever hear about video
Really?
game development. Yeah.
Why?
They had an
did shut it
interview.
down?
They probably just didn't have enough to talk about.
That's so sad.
They had a really... It was funny for the longest time. I was like, which of the like behind the scenes DVDs had this interview that I listened to about like audio design and audio development? And the guy they interviewed talked about like all the different ways that you can play music to evoke emotion from people. And there's like this specific chord that they only play in specific instances, but they want to make people feel uneasy. And they talk about like a lot of game developers avoid it, and like they specifically use it in Diablo and certain parts of World of Warcraft. And I was like, this is so fucking good. And then it hit me. I'm like, it was on BlizzCast. It was when BlizzCast just came out, and they had these great fucking interviews with all these people involved. So yeah, that's cool. Blizzard will contact you. I'll have my people call your people, and then we'll get your new podcast going. So fun stuff. But yeah, that's everything for additional news. So I guess we can roll right into today's main topic, which we didn't announce.
Yeah, we didn't announce.
Luckily, our
Surprise!
titles always give it away, though.
Oh,
So
that's true.
we're gonna do E3 predictions.
Woo woo! I
Super
can't
early
believe it's
E3
another year.
predictions. I know, we're so close.
Yeah.
We got to get our tickets still. So we'll see what happens. Robin's face just indicated she doesn't want to go to E3 again.
I want to go. I just don't want to spend the money. Give us free tickets.
We got free tickets last year after we spent $500 to go, so that was kind of painful.
Ouch.
But we'll see.
But I got to take you for free.
It's
I
fun
was
times. Very good times.
I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I want to go. I would not pay for it.
No.
For me, it's like, I want to go, but 2 weeks before that, I'm spending 12 days in Japan.
Which we're going to
so-
blow like fucking 5K on.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
it.
So maybe they can have E3 in Japan this year, please. But
You guys should have planned for like, what do they do? Tokyo Game Show or something.
That
that would
would've
have been really
been
cool.
cool.
But I wasn't
Yeah.
involved in any of the planning or booking.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was just a phone call where it's like, "So don't be mad at me." So cool. So we're gonna do some E3 predictions. So everyone have their lists of things they're going to predict.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you write it on your hand?
Nope.
Are you lying?
No.
Look at my
Wow.
hand.
Okay. You just remember yours?
Yeah.
That's impressive. So we'll start with Robin. Robin, what's your first bold? Is it gonna be bold? What's your first E3 prediction? If
My
they-
bold one is going to be playable Kingdom Hearts content.
Damn, that is bold as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not going to happen, but it's my bold prediction.
It's now 100 million Switches sold in a year, but it's bold. Just saying. Cool. Charlie, what's your first prediction? You can go bold if you want.
I don't have anything truthfully that bold. I think that probably we'll get a date for Spider-Man. And I think that would be cool. And I think that they'll announce a time frame for Last of Us.
Yeah, I like that. Those
Last of
sound
Us
right.
Dose.
So my first prediction is kind of bold. I do predict there will be a terrorist attack at E3 this year.
You're
Wow.
dumb.
We said it as a joke before the show. I decided to toss it in. If there is a terrorist attack, I look forward to talking to the FBI.
I was going to say, you're
JK
going to feel pretty terrible.
LOL.
JK LOL. Please don't be mad at me. No, I'm going to go with one that I've predicted, I think, 2 years in a row now. That Microsoft will finally announce VR support for the Xbox One.
I don't know what they're going to announce.
I honestly don't either, so that's what I'm going with. Is Peripheral makes the most sense in a year where they already said they're not going to announce Halo. I mean, I did say at the beginning of the year for 2018, I predicted that Fable would return and they'd bring it up
I
at
guess they
E3.
can show Fable stuff.
So I think Fable is going to be really heavily featured, but I already predicted that, so I don't want to use it again.
Do you want to hear my Microsoft predictions?
Yes, we'll go back around the table.
So there's Forza, whatever. Because that's-
Forza Motorsport.
Forza
Forza
Blur.
Horizon 4 would be what they're on track for, right? Because they
I
did
think
Motorsport
Horizon-
7.
Did Horizon 3 come out, or did Motorsport 7 just come
they
out?
did
Horizon
7.
3 is the last 3.
Okay,
Is
yeah, so the
last
next Horizon.
So that, and then I think they'll redo the Elite controller.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could
I could see
that
like
too.
full-blown customization for Elite controllers on the Lab, which is still super cool. They don't get enough credit
That'd
for.
be cool.
And I think they should go back to back. Horizon 4, same team, different people, different division comes out, and then the next thing you see after Horizon 4's trailer is Fable.
Because they're all working on
And
it.
just fucking boom.
all
That'd
at
be
one
intense.
company. They're like, we're closing down every other studio.
Like, they're the only studio can rely on. Fuckers. Like, thanks for everything, guys.
I mean, last year they had a lot of little titles.
Right.
I mean, they could talk more about Code Vein. Code Vein was a pretty popular little title that came out of there, but I don't think that's exclusive.
I don't think so either.
They could talk about more arcade titles. I mean, I don't know what they would do.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm not sure.
Robin, what's your next prediction?
I'm going to say Bethesda's going to announce more games in VR.
More VR investment
Yeah, because
from
last
Bethesda.
year they did Fallout, and then they did
Doom.
was it Doom? Not Elder Scrolls?
Doom. Well, they did both.
Yeah.
Okay,
Elder Scrolls and
okay.
Doom.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
dude.
so I think this year it's going to be like Wolfenstein or something that they just
Right.
released.
Crazy.
So,
That'd be cool. I'll piggyback off that. We went the wrong way. We could have just kept going in a circle instead of like snaked back like it's a snake draft, which means that Charlie would just keep giving her. She'd be at 3 before I got to 2. So stop being greedy. I'm going next.
Sorry.
what the fuck up?
I'm predicting that, this is kind of old too, Bethesda will be announcing Elder Scrolls 6 at Bethesda Land.
No.
I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to drop it. They already decided to establish the difference between Bethesda and Bethesda Software. I think at E3 you hear an announcement about Elder Scrolls 6.
I think they're going to announce Fallout New Vegas 2. Or Fallout something something related to New Vegas 2.
I feel like if you announced another Fallout before another Elder Scrolls, people will burn the place to the ground.
I don't think they're anywhere near another Elder Scrolls.
They have to be,
They've
though. They've been
pumping
doing
up
nothing.
Morrowind for
They've been doing
a while.
nothing.
They're doing
but
online.
redoing their other ones. Yeah, but they don't invest that much in online. They've been redoing Skyrim over and over. It's like they have to have people working in. I mean, they're obviously working on it. They've been working on it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of when they feel it's ready to announce. I'm not saying they're going to show anything that's like, this will be out in 3 months. But I do think that they need to drop something for Elder Scrolls.
I don't know. I would be so excited for Fallout like
New Vegas 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
We shall see. Charlie, what's your next one?
I think that we might find out what the fuck Death Stranding is.
I don't know. We had that like 7-minute trailer at PlayStation Experience,
Yeah.
was it? That still didn't clear much
No,
up?
it was Game Awards.
Was it Game Awards?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like, oh, look.
That shit's etched into my brain.
That's
forever.
like, it's still super ambiguous.
I see it when I sleep sometimes.
You see Norman Reedus naked holding a baby?
Or the
Unfortunately.
baby down his throat.
Yeah, that part was
Oh,
weird
yeah.
too.
The- when he took
fucking
his
weird.
thumb out.
Yeah. Good
Fucking
stuff.
weird.
Robin, you got any more?
I'm going to say Nintendo's going to announce a Pokemon game that is going to be released for the Switch.
I think you're right. I think it's going to happen.
It's going to be like an RPG Pokemon.
I also had it on my list, but I went one step further to make it a little bit bold. Nintendo announces Pokemon for Switch for 2019. I don't think they're going to announce it for the same year. I think they're going to say
No,
next
it's not
year.
going to be the same year.
Yeah, I think next
What
year.
if they're like, gameplay on the floor today?
That would be fucking sweet. All you need to do is just like, if they did every town they've had in a DS game to this point where you can explore the entire thing,
I'd poop bricks.
had the entire Pokemon catalog, and the ability to play multiplayer with other people, which I don't think is that much of a stretch.
Well, the multiplayer they have now is a little weird for the DS that they had, where it was, where it was like you'd get people into your game randomly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't like easy to find people. I
Right.
mean, that's just typical Nintendo. Get your 15-digit friend code.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I think
look
you
up
can
at the
just
moon and
try and get a situation
Raise it as
where
high as possible.
you can play online or you can play offline. And if you play online, you'll actually see other people wandering around, which I think
Yeah.
would be super cool. So, yeah, I piggybacked that one off there. I only have one left, so I'm going to go with it. I just have one for PlayStation. PlayStation will make no significant announcements outside of one on stage at E3. They will announce the Kingdom Hearts 3 date, and it will be in 2019.
Yeah, we all know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be the date
Yeah.
for sure.
they should.
I think, didn't they say it's going to be coming out this year, though? They said 2018. I think they're going to announce it, and because they're giving it a date, they're going to be like, just fucking kidding, one more year. So, that is
I
my...
would riot
If they said 2019?
if they were like, "Oh, just kidding, we pushed it back again. Sorry."
I just picture you like sitting outside in a lawn chair with like a
I'm
picket
just
sign.
gonna like fucking chuck everything off.
Robin writing is probably like this, like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, she thinks she looked angry for a second, and then she apologized to someone because she's so polite.
No.
And then she'll come on the podcast and be like, those cocksuckers. And just lose her mind. She'll call up Phil and be like, can you buy Kingdom Hearts?
Can I get a first edition?
It'll be on Xbox, too, so.
I think that Nintendo is going to announce another... I think they're going to announce that they're porting Super Smash Bros. From Wii U.
Yeah, I think they have to have... I would hope that they announce that sooner than E3. Because it's like, it'd be really fucking nice if they have a Nintendo Direct, like, in April.
That would be pretty genius if they can, like, announce it before E3, and then on the show floor, all you get to do is play the same Smash Bros. You could play at your fucking house on your Wii U, but on a
But
Switch,
you know, bitches will
if you wait in
fucking
line
wait
for
in
3
line.
hours.
Oh, people will wait in line.
And you'll
Yeah.
get a little Smash Bros. Pin of, like,
Oh,
Mewtwo.
But you know what they'll do, though?
Oh,
They'll
man.
have one extra character in it for the Switch edition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh,
What even-
Metroid, like the actual Metroid, not Samus, is available to play on the show floor
What
right
even?
now.
What characters can they even add at this point?
I mean, they can find anything. They
Yeah.
cross over shit with Capcom, with
Pikmin.
Konami. So they already have Olimar?
I don't know.
They do. Yeah,
That's
he's
so
totally
sad.
in there already.
I mean, they might as well just... I think that is a really great Smash
Oh,
Bros.
I just came up with one off the top of my head. Here you go. Nintendo gets the rights back to Castlevania, exclusive only on the Switch, and they announced that Simon Belmont is playable in Super Smash Bros.
What if they did the
Boom.
Alucard
You're
be
welcome.
playable?
He's also playable. There you go. Two
shit.
for the price of one.
Shit, they're just
Slap
building.
hands.
Ouch!
Ow. That's a lot of hurting in the high five department for this episode.
The only other ones that I had... do you have any more?
No. Those
Okay.
were my 3.
So I think that they'll have gameplay for Beyond Good and Evil.
That'd be cool, because
That'd be
that
cool.
trailer was like mind fucking blowing for so many people.
Yeah.
One of the guys from Podcast Unlocked, who is now only on Podcast Beyond, because he used to do them both, Marty, forget his last name, I always want to say
McFly.
he said, like, someone was doing bold predictions before E3, and someone's like, I say Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to get announced. And he was like, that's the stupidest thing I
Yeah,
ever heard.
I remember that.
If that happens, I'll eat a coffee mug live on the air. And then they announced it, and he's like, I guess I have to eat a fucking coffee mug. So they made one out of, like, cookies, and he ate it. So it took him, like, 6 months to do, though.
To eat the cookie?
No, they, like, didn't know how to get him to eat a coffee mug.
Yeah.
So they're like, can we make one out of something edible so he doesn't die?
People eat glass and stuff. It happens.
Yeah. Just not usually, like, on live podcasting.
It wouldn't sound that great. It wouldn't be
No.
a great podcast.
It's terrible for an audio medium.
Yeah.
So
So the only other thing I had was Division 2. I think
That'd be
that
cool.
they'll announce it to second
That's
division.
smart.
Better division.
Divisioner.
Based more on
The
like
divisioning.
Wildlands. Division 2. The divisioning.
Division hard.
Oh my god!
Division without a vengeance.
And I think that we'll see more for that game Ghosts of Tsushima.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. That's Sucker Punch doing that one. The guys who do Infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Is that where
I'm
Baby
actually
Doll
kind of
comes
excited.
in?
Yeah, she
Wait.
shows up and
Sucker Punch. Yeah, they know. Yeah.
yeah, I think they're
Sorry.
Infamous.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
Baby
get
Doll,
them, I
like,
get them
from-
mixed up with
From
Insomnia.
Sucker Punch?
I do too. Yeah, Sucker Punch sucks. We were listening. We did a road trip to LA this weekend, and we were listening to the Flophouse, which is a podcast where they make fun of
I
bad movies.
tried, dude.
I
It
don't
is
like it
I
either.
So
I
fucking
like
funny.
Thank you. Thank
guys are
God.
both
can't.
crazy. She
I
didn't
listened-
like it because she picked movies that she likes that they've done, and she was just like, "No,
I
they're
listened
wrong."
to. So you told me to try it, and then I looked it up, and the newest one was on that stupid movie I just
Something of
watched.
1,000 Planets.
Vault?
Yes.
Oh.
I can't remember the name. Anyways, so I listened to that. I can't do it. That one guy in his voice.
That's so funny. He gets
It's
so much hate mail about
the
his voice.
worst.
The-
I
the
love
Jewish
his
one?
voice. He
The
is
one
Jewish.
that's like,
It's a very weird reason.
I'm just.
It's
like
Elliot.
I can't do
His
it.
name is Elliot.
It was, yeah, sure.
Elliot's
It has
so
nothing to do
fucking
with
funny.
his Jewishness. They also get
They all sound the same.
super
They
off
really
topic.
don't.
They do.
They do not sound the same. Elliot doesn't sound like any of
When
them.
I heard the initial advertisements, I thought it was one guy doing 3 voices. I was like, "What the?"
You just
fuck
said
is
Elliot's
this?
voice annoys you. It's so much different than Dan and Stewart.
It sounds like one guy doing 3 voices.
Someone sounds like Ray Romano. That's all I know.
I'm pretty sure that's Dan.
All I know is that movie was terrible, and I was waiting to hear great jokes about how terrible it was, and they get on like all these stupid tangents.
But the tangents are so
and
funny.
No.
They're not.
They really are.
not.
No.
You guys suck.
Next
Fucking
time
hate that.
we'll go to California, and you can stay home.
That's totally fine
We'll
with
listen
me.
to better podcasts.
What the fuck ever. Flophouse is awesome. You don't even
I
listen
think
to our
Flophouse
podcast.
is a flop house.
No. I think you
I
suck.
think that it's a house of flops.
Yes.
I think that they're on the Maximum Fun Network, so they're doing Okie Dokie Artichoke.
Yeah.
Just okie dokie.
Yeah.
Not super awesome.
No, like Adventure Zone is like fucking crushing it.
Yeah.
Those guys
Even
have
now,
sold
I
out
haven't listened in
houses.
a long time.
It's okay. I think if they still did live shows, people will still show up. Because when they do live shows, they're still going to go back to the original season's characters. Right now, they're just trying out a bunch of different systems that are not D&D. It's all D6 related. You roll 2 D6s to determine everything. Everything you do. And I'm like, I hate that. But I'll still listen because they gave me like 65 really good episodes. So I'm like, I will listen to episode 130. And if it hasn't gotten better, I'll bail.
We need to catch up.
Yeah, because there's so many people that bail on podcasts super quick, and I'm like, this one was really good for a really long time, so
Yeah.
I'll give
Like
it like
Flophouse?
that much leeway. Flophouse is great. You just fucking suck.
They suck.
You suck. I told you listen to fucking Batman v Superman 1. I almost fucking killed myself driving my car listening to that one because it was so goddamn funny.
I don't know.
You guys just sick.
I don't know.
This has been the really bad podcast
Yep.
episode.
That's
No.
our Bull E3
We
prediction.
recommend
Flophouse does
Flophouse
E3.
for really bad podcast.
Well, they were past 250 episodes, so fingers crossed we get there someday.
Yeah, we're like on the way.
Yep. They do bi-weekly too, so they've been doing it for over 10 years.
So we're gonna catch up because
We can catch up and pass them.
10 years. Holy shit.
Yep.
Are they gonna die soon?
It was funny
Did we
because
call someone?
I was listening to an episode.
That's probably why it's so shitty, because it's so...
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
I was listening to an episode where one of them was like, I'm turning 30 this week. And I was like, damn, I'm older than him because I'm 32. And like, I checked the date. I was like, oh, this is 2009. That dude's like old as fuck now. He's like 38. I felt so much better. Instantly, I felt
like 6
so
years
relieved.
from now.
Wow.
So 6 years from now, you'll be over 32. Yeah, sad face. Did I just ruin your day?
Yeah.
Take that. So I don't think we have anything else for you guys for episode 61.
This is it.
So if you guys want to check us out on Patreon, check out our tiers and see what we're all about over there.
man.
If you want to donate to help the cause, that would be
Literal
awesome.
tears because we don't have very many.
TEARS.
But thank you for the people that do donate.
Yes,
We're,
thank you so much.
Gonna get set up to do some Let's
Who do we
Plays here
have
very
right now?
soon, and I'm pretty excited. It's still just Dave and Stefan.
Thank you, Dave. Thank
you,
you,
Stefan.
Stefan.
You guys are the best. We really appreciate it. If you want to just interact with us directly, you can email nerdchills@nerdchills.net.
Adam will send nudes.
Yep, I really will.
Yep.
You're not going to like them, but I will send them. If you want to reach out to me...
There's a
and-
market for it.
I hear that's what guys are into these days.
Okay. If you want to reach out to me directly to request nudes,
I mean, I hope you're not offended by this, but Dadbot is in.
that's good. I do have like some serious... I have like 2 dad bods on top of one. My Twitter handle is @theAdamDiaz. You don't need to check me out like that. It was very uncomfortable, actually. And you can email me at mailem@nerdchills.net. Charlie, where can the fine folks find you?
You can email me at charlie@nerdchills.net, or you can tweet at me at charlie with an EY_NC as in nerdchills.
Cool. And I forgot to mention, don't forget to keep playing the game with us. It's actually really fun when you guys send that. And Chuck did not earn any points this week because he didn't stump any nerds. But if you guys stump
Try
the
again,
nerds, we're going to
loser.
track the people who send in their emails.
I mean, great listener that we appreciate.
Right? We love you. But if you do manage to stump them, and if you guys send in stuff that's like horrible, like this game from the 1980s and never got released in the United States, I'm not going to pick you. But if you send something in that's fair,
I
we
mean, at
pick
this
you.
rate, maybe.
Right? And you stump them, you guys get a point for each nerd you stump. And
We'll work it out. We'll have a better hint system.
right. We'll pick a reward system where you guys can reward one nerd chiller to get nudes from, I guess. So
Oh my
Whoa.
god,
see how that
no.
goes. Also, my nudes are just acceptable. But when we talk about the ladies, all of a sudden, whoa.
Hashtag me too.
Oh, I hate you both. I'm the minority here. I don't want to hear it. Robin, if the fine folks, blah, 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 where'd they
At
believe that?
the Robin Grace at all social media
And your
outlets.
Etsy shop?
My Etsy shop is Robin's Kawaii Corner, KAWAII. All one word. There's actually a little emblem at the bottom of the
It's a different page.
website.
No, there's not.
Oh shit, never mind.
We will have a link up on nerdchills.net here very soon that will link you to our affiliates like Robin's Kawaii Corner over on Etsy. So I think that's everything we have for episode 61.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So I'll sign us out. You guys take a chill pill, and we will see you next week.
fun. Bye.